Well, the first advantage I would say for herbal tea is really easy to make, so you can drink it all the time. The second is they are not as strong as herb. I mean, in their medicinal function, so you can drink it 4, 5, 6 times a day, and you won't have to worry about it works too much on you. So that's why I like it very much.
Some teas are made with directing herbs where it makes it go to a specific organ, and also because it's water-based, the body tends to absorb water right away. So that's why teas are beneficial in that way. Chinese have a tendency to drink many teas, and they usually make their own or they purchase it from the store. Some examples are like oolong, which is very good and proven to help prevent cancer. The other teas are like green teas, which now is proven to be an antioxidant and a detoxifier. And there's other teas like Bojemni, which is used to clear fats from your arteries and to help cholesterol problems. So Chinese will look into all these types of teas mainly to prevent health problems.
By introducing substances in our foods, usually rancid fats are the worst. That's a molecule that's greedy. It needs an electron to satisfy its molecular configuration. So it grabs an electron off the cell wall. And then that one now is deficient, so it grabs a molecule or electron from its neighbor. Now it's deficient, and so this is called a free radical pathology and wrecks the membrane. So what an antioxidant does is says, here, have one of mine that got lots on its outer orbit. It has an electron that's unpaired, so it just really donates that freely. So there's many substances that do that. Beta-carotenes, vitamin E will do that, selenium, many vitamins. But green tea will also do that too, and it's a heck of a lot cheaper. So green tea consumption has been linked with decreased breast cancer in Japan, for example, where they're drinking a lot. And they found it's because of this ability to donate an electron, which is called an antioxidant, is very powerful in that regard. So is green tea going to prevent breast cancer? Yeah, it's going to help. Not the whole thing, but just some help.
Probably one of my favorite tea herbs right now is lemon verbena. It's a tropical plant, so it's put outdoors in the summertime, but you keep it indoors in the wintertime. It's absolutely yummy. It has a lemony flavor that's different from the other lemon herbs like lemon geranium or lemon balm or even lemon peel. And it's a sedative, it's a calmative. It calms you down, it relaxes you. So it tastes great, and it's wonderful both as a hot tea in the wintertime or as a cold iced tea in the summertime. If you want to, you can throw a few strawberries or raspberries in it and a little bit of crushed ice and whip it up in the blender, and you've got a cold kind of like a pink lemonade, but much more flavorful. Really different. People love it.
Pau d'Arco, otherwise known as Tehibo, in a tea form, not only nourishes the liver and cleanses the blood, but is actually nature's antibiotic because it's antibacterial and antifungal.
Just for colds, especially my grandson, when he gets sick, he always asks me to make him some tea. Make some tea, Grandma, says I just love that. And I generally just use the yarrow and the wild cherries and the chickweed and nettle, and that's a good tea for a cold, see. So he just downs that whenever, I'd put it in a jug and put it in the fridge after it cools off, I'd tell him that make sure and take some. And I'd get home, when I'm gone during the day, I'd get home and I ask him if he had any. He says, oh yeah, Grandma, it's all finished. So he just loves that.
My favourite tea, I suppose, is fennel tea. It's very aromatic. I find it has a nice, what's known as a carminative, and that's basically a stomach calming one. It's very aromatic. I just like the smell. That to me, I can just relate to that. Being East Indian, in my culture, we use fennel a lot, and it's very diverse in its actions. Right from a cough to helping with phlegm, with mucus states, and as well as for the digestive system. So that's definitely one of my favourite.
Fennel is an interesting essential oil. If you smell it, you think it may be anise or similar. It helps with balancing body fluids and with the digestion specifically. So if there's a little bit of constipation or diarrhea, fennel can help balance us. And it's wonderful to make, to use as a refreshing tea in the summer. And if anybody is suffering from car sickness or nausea, early pregnancy, just a bottle of fennel, essential oil of fennel, and just have a little gentle sniff of it. Helps all that queasiness just disappear.
Herbal teas give us the opportunity to use those food-like herbs in a day-to-day basis. Probably my favorite tea is a combination because I use it in pregnancy and preconception, and that's nettles because it's rich in iron, oat straw for the calcium content, and peppermint for flavoring and helping with digestion. It's also a really good anti-nausea herb, and so it's good in early pregnancy. Red raspberry because it strengthens the uterus, and it's also rich in trace minerals, and red clover because it's also a mild cleanser and hormone normalizer. So therefore, it's a good preconception herb to have because we want to support the liver, which is processing the hormones in the body. And so I like to use that because it's rich in minerals. So it's like a multi-mineral that you can have, and also because it is a tonic to the reproductive system.
Herbal teas, they're wonderful. And today I'm drinking one that's specifically to support my pregnancy. And it's a lovely tea, and it has 4 ingredients in it. One of them is called raspberry leaf. It's a wonderful, wonderful uterine tonic. We've got alfalfa, which is very high in calcium, magnesium, and vitamin K, which is also very important. What else have I got in this one? Nettles. Almost every nutrient available is there for the nettles. Again, specifically for the calcium I'm taking it for at the moment. And then oat straw, which is high in silica, which helps with the absorption of calcium. And it's also a nervine, just to keep me in a gentle space. And it tastes good hot or cold. So in the summer, it's a nice herbal tea, iced tea.
I usually like them in mixtures because the thing is, you get a better balance, and it's like the medicinal herbs which you go and pick in the garden. If you've got balance, you're going to feed all the parameters which are able to be addressed.